Hello, my name is Goodings. This is Assessment of Human Performance, and this is my assignment on health screening. The four methods of health screening are PARQ, Health History Questionnaire, Informed Consent, and Health Monitoring Test. First, we'll start on the PARQ. What is a PARQ? PARQ is a physical activity where this questionnaire is for individuals to find out about their physical activity before performing any physical activity. Before any physical activity, you've got to have a PARQ. This is to ensure that any health risks, for example, like you could have a heart disease, any health problems. If you, it's 7 questions. They answer yes or no. If you answer yes, you're allowed to carry on with exercise. If you say no, your personal instructor or your sports coach will make sure you have to have a medical referral. When would you use a PARQ? PARQ is used to perform an exercise in a professional environment. For example, a personal trainer would need clients to fill in this questionnaire to evaluate the client's safe exercise, as I've just explained. Why would you use a PARQ? PARQs are required, as your trainer will need to know if there are any reasons why you should not take part in physical activity. For example, heart problems, anything along those lines. This will give the trainer the valuable information before taking clients through a session. Personal trainers or any sports professionals are not medical professionals and will inform clients to seek medical attention if the clients respond negatively to any of the questions on the form. So if you do fail the test, the PARQ, it's not in the personal trainer's hands to actually give you medical attention. They would refer you to either to a doctor's or a clinic to see if you are able to exercise. Or the medical professionals will help you try and get back in the route to get back onto exercise. If a personal trainer ignores the negative responses on the PARQ, then the client continues training. And the client may suffer injury or any potential health issues, which would be on behalf of the personal trainer. So a personal trainer must have a PARQ, as if they didn't, it would be on their behalf if a client did, for example, in a gym, had a heart problem or anything like that. So it's bad on the trainer and the actual client if a PARQ is not used. Strengths and weaknesses of PARQ. The strengths: it gathers valuable information checking if clients is able to exercise. For example, the 7 questions will go over health problems which a client may have. It's not time consuming, it's only 7 questions, so you don't need to go in. It doesn't take half an hour, it will take literally about 10 minutes to complete. It's beneficial for both the client and the trainer to gather valuable information. As I've said, for health problems, anything a client may have. PARQ is a standardised questionnaire, so this could help with, say if you started with PARQ, at the first time you've tried it, actually filled in a PARQ, you might say yes to all the questions, no to all the questions, so you are physically able to exercise. And then in the future you might change your PARQ, so eventually you might flag up that you cannot exercise, so you can't keep a record of your information. Negatives: it's not in a detailed questionnaire and may miss out potential health risks of the client. That's due to the 7 questions, as say on a health AOHP questionnaire, there's over 25 questions, where this only has 7 questions, so you're not getting a lot of detail on a PARQ. Some clients may fill in the form without being honest. If you really wanted to, you could just easily tick yes to all the PARQ, and you could just lie about any problems you may have, just for the fact that you want to exercise and you don't have to go back to the doctors, have to seek medical referral, and instead of just going to carry on the session. Some clients may not be aware of the health problems they currently have. So that means, for example, say if you filled in a PARQ, you might not know what health problems you have, and you could go into the gym, and suddenly you have a heart problem, and then that means that you are not actually aware of your health problems. So even though this could look like you have lied on the PARQ, but you might just not be aware of health problems.
just click the bottom bit.
The next slide is on a HHQ, Health History Questionnaire. What is it? A HHQ is a questionnaire based on gathering of clients' health history background, current health, lifestyle, and general client information, for example, name and age. So we'll obviously start with demographic information, your name, your age, things like that. You'll eventually go on about current health, so obviously it's more detailed on a PARQ, so you'll have like health problems, bone problems maybe, and anything along them lines, just in general health. Lifestyle, we'll go over here, for example, smoking, alcohol, basically on them lines, basically how you live, what you do with yourself on the weekend, along them lines. When would you use a HHQ? You'd use a HHQ before starting any physical activity in a professional environment. For example, before starting a personal training session. So after you've had a PARQ, you would then fill in a HHQ, which would go into more broad depth of your health history, lifestyle. That would be used straight after a PARQ. This is just to allow the personal trainers to gather more information about the client. Why would you use a HHQ? A health history form gives clients the opportunity to provide information that will assist fitness professionals to follow your client's current level of health and fitness and current lifestyle the clients have. So as I've said, it's just basically for gathering up information about basically everything about the client which a personal trainer will need to know. Next slide.
Just bring the keyboard round, James. It might be the way you're kind of touching it on the screen.
Yeah.
It's quite sensitive.
Strengths and weaknesses of a HHQ. The strengths, it gathers in-depth, broad-based questions on a person's overall health and lifestyle. So the advantage of this is, as opposed to a PARQ, you've got only 7 questions, where this you're gathering up way more information on a client, as opposed to just 7 questions based on health. It gathers enough information which can evaluate the reasons behind the client's health problems. So this gives the information to the personal instructor, which can actually narrow down a client's problems, as opposed to just your health problems being your heart. This can actually go into detail the reasons why you've got them problems. For example, you might have bad lungs. This is due to smoking or drinking, consuming big amounts of alcohol on the weekend, or anything along those lines. It can determine if the client is ready for exercise. As so can a PARQ would, a HHQ will go into more broad detail, as opposed to just 7 questions, like I've said. The weaknesses of HHQ, it's time consuming, as it's not just 7 questions. You're probably going to take about at least 10-15 minutes on a HHQ, as you are over about 25 questions at least. Clients may quickly rush the questions with incorrect answers. Due to the HHQ being a long questionnaire, clients can just like quickly go over the questions just due to being like bored of the questionnaire and may not be honest. As I've said there, clients may lie on the questionnaire so they can proceed with the sessions, so they just want to get on the session, they don't actually want to tell the instructor of their health problems. HHQ may miss out key questions which are relevant to the client. It's not a standard questionnaire, so questions may vary on each HHQ. So there might be questions which are relevant to a client which may not be like brought up on the HHQ. Right, next one. Informed consent, what is it? Informed consent is a legal document which is a requirement for making a decision to continue with an activity, given the full knowledge of the risks involved, probable consequences and their alternatives. For example, you need to sign an informed consent for a therapy session to imply you fully understand the terms and conditions, so that you're ready to take part. So an informed consent will basically, you need to sign the bottom of the sheet, and the informed consent will go through the details of consequences of the activity, what the activity is about, and the alternatives which you can do as opposed to taking part in the activity. When would you use an informed consent? Informed consent can be used within a personal training session or a sports coaching session. This legal document will be signed for filling a park queue and a health history questionnaire if it's relevant towards sport. Informed consent can be used for doctors when prescribing medication so the client can read the potential risks and ensure that they're fully ready to take the medication by signing informed consent. So it's not just used within sport, it can be used for like medical reasons, for therapy sessions, doctors taking a certain medication. Why would you use an informed consent? Informed consent is to ensure the client has fully understand the activity ahead and the potential risks and consequences of taking part. This ensures the sports coach is fully aware of the client and the terms and conditions. Informed consent is about people's understanding and willingness to participate in our study and not just about signing the form. So it's not just signing the form saying you can do it, it's about like overall detail of the activity and everything what comes with it. Prospective participants in your research study procedures, the potential risks and benefits of their involvement and their alternatives to participation. So you can get alternatives with the activity. You don't have to just do the activity, there is alternatives which you can do. Strengths and weaknesses of informed consent. The strengths are it fully informs the reader of the potential risks of the activity, so it goes into big detail of everything you need to know about the activity. Gives the client alternatives if the client isn't happy with proceeding with the activity. As I've said, you don't have to sign the informed consent. With the informed consent, you don't have to sign. It's not like you have to. So it gives you the freedom of just saying, no, I don't want to do it, or yes, I do want to do it. Shows professionalism by giving the client informed consent as opposed to not. So as opposed to like not just giving it, it can show like you actually are with a professional by someone actually giving you an informed consent as opposed to not. The weaknesses, clients may not read the informed consent and just sign at the bottom. It does have a lot of information on the informed consent, so people may just like scan through it really quick and just sign it straight away. As that reason comes back to it is time consuming to read, so that is another reason why we would just scan through it. Health monitoring test, what is it? A health monitoring test is a type of health screening. This test gives an overall reading of a person's current fitness level. There are several health monitoring tests which can determine the client's current fitness levels. For example, blood pressure test, waist to hip, lung function and resting heart rate monitoring test. When and why would you use a health monitoring test? Health monitoring tests can be used to assess if your training program has benefited your fitness levels. These tests can give you readings which determine your fitness levels has risen or decreased. So you could use one of these before any form of exercise. This is to give you like your overall your fitness levels or what blood levels you are at before actually starting exercise. As opposed to after a training program. So you can obviously use these after a training program too. You don't have to just do it before. So you can start with a health monitoring test, and then afterwards you could actually have one straight after the health monitoring test to see if your levels of fitness have improved. Health screening tests can also determine any medical conditions a client may have. So health monitoring tests can be used as doctors and the hospitals for medical uses for finding conditions such as low or high blood pressure, for example. So this will be used for like a blood pressure test for doctors or medical professionals to see if you've got high or low blood pressure. So I'm going to drink. The strengths. With the blood pressure test, it can determine if you have low or high blood pressure, so that would be good for just as you may faint in the gym or anything along those lines. You can accurately measure a client's fitness levels. That is dependent on the test, so as with a waist and hip ratio test, it can say you're overweight, but that can still be like able for exercise. There is people who are like a lot bigger than me who are a lot fitter than me, even though they are a lot heavier than me or bigger shaped. It helps clients find health information which they didn't know before taking the tests. So, for example, low or high blood pressure. Some people may not know they've got high blood pressure or high or low blood pressure. Weaknesses. The blood pressure tests can not be accurate if the client has ate certain foods for exercise plus taking the test. So it can be time consuming if someone hasn't followed through the procedure and actually ate certain foods or drank caffeine before a test, which will affect the overall reading. The tests aren't always accurate, like I've said with the waist to hip one, it's not always accurate. It is time consuming due to needing to take the test through several times. So this is for reliability. Blood pressure, you'll need to take at least 3 times to get a good reading. Tests can be affected due to current health on the day of taking tests. So someone could come in, do the test and be under the weather or anything that could be bad, feel sick, which will change the tests or change the results. Comparison of the health screening tests. So the similarities are found in the PARQ and the AOHP are both questionnaire. The clients can lie on the PARQ and the health monitoring tests. All health monitoring tests can be time consuming, as if you do actually read the AOHP and the informed consent, they all can be time consuming. And you may have to think about questions if you actually have potential health risks, for example on a PARQ. All tests gives health information to check if the client is able to exercise. All tests are taken before exercise sessions. So if you they actually are all taken, but you can take them after if you are wanting to. They're used for all ages, so they're not just based on one age, they're used for every age. Differences are found. Health monitoring test isn't a written document. AOHP gathers more information than a PARQ, as I've said. Health monitoring tests can give clients current readings. Clients can lie on health monitoring tests due to being a physical test. So, for example, let's say on that one. Say on the breathing one, you have to breathe into it. Some people might not want to do exercise and might just not breathe into it as well as they could. Or on the day, it may not be under the weather or anything like that. AOHP asks lifestyle questions, not just health questions. So, as opposed to a PARQ, you're getting more detail with AOHP. On my next presentation, I've done the evaluation of 2 sportsmen. I've done my client 1 and client 2. The client 1's age 19, client 2's age 18. The height is quite different, and the weight. Client 1's 5'5" and client 2's 6 foot, and they are different weights. Being client 1 lighter, client 2 heavier. I found client 1 trains 10 hours a week with varied sports such as football, jiu-jitsu and gym work. Training most days in the week, so it's not just once, twice a week, it's quite a lot of days during the week. Client 1 sleeps 6 to 7 hours daily. The average is 7 to 9 hours, so he could fall just under the average. Client 1 has some breathing problems. Client 1 doesn't consume any alcohol. Client 2 trains 6 hours of moderate training with football. Client 2 sleeps 7 to 9 hours daily, so he's getting the right recommendation for sleep. Client 2 has had a broken hand in the past. Client 2 gets cramps easily after intense workouts. Client 2 does consume alcohol on an occasional basis. There's meant to be another slide on that.
Come on, what's on your slide? Tell me what's on your slide. Expand on it.
So what I've found is with client who does have after intense workouts, he does cramp up quite easily. So this could affect him with certain sports such as anything intense. For example, client 1 does jiu-jitsu. So if client 2 were trying jiu-jitsu, it's a very intense sport where you're always trying fully. This could easily cramp a client up. So that could affect him on that. He has broken he has had a broken hand, so it could affect sports with anything like handling of a ball, for example, basketball, netball, anything like that. Client 1 has some breathing problems, so that could affect him with long cardio. For example, Harry takes part with football, and that does require a lot of running. And with running, it does come at a disadvantage when you do have breathing problems. So that could affect client 1 when taking part of sports such as football, long distance running, anything along them lines. Client 1 doesn't consume any alcohol. This could be a correlation with the fact that client 1 does train 10 hours a week with varied sports. Client 1 does take part with more sport than client 2. This could be in correlation with the fact that they don't consume alcohol, so that they may have more time to actually take part with more sports, where client 2 does occasionally have a drink. So it could get in the way of like any sport activities as they are having a drink.